Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I'm going to safely say that this is my first time watching Kung Fu Panda. Ooh, I have 120 bullets, or 140, including the ones in the clip right now. Nice. I got a bullet with your name on it. Bullet with your name. Which was a 2008 film. I say that with some hesitance because I went into this thinking I was going to rewatch it, thinking that I had seen it before, but I had no memory of what the movie was about, what happened in it. And watching it, I don't think I have seen this. I mean, if I did see it, it was one time in passing. I probably wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to it. I don't know. Either way, let's just say this is my very first time. This was made by DreamWorks Animation. And let's talk about the animation really quick because I thought for the most part the animation held up. I'm not the biggest animation snob where it needs to look crisp or it needs to look a certain way for me to overly compliment the animation. For me, if it looks good, or good enough, then I'm going to say it looks good, right? I see people who go back and rewatch like the original Toy Story and talk about how bad that holds up. And I watch it and go, it looks great to me still. So I'm just trying to sort of establish what I think of most animation for the most part. This cast is stacked. I gotta tell you, Jack Black plays Po. He's the main character. He's the panda who is kind of very much into kung fu, into fighting. He knows the history behind it. He knows everything that goes into it, but he's a panda. He's kind of fat and he doesn't really have the skills and training in order to be able to pull this off. But he gets put into a situation where I don't know if he really was the chosen one because it kind of seems far-fetched, but they say that he's the chosen one and he was meant to defend the homeland from this all-powerful warrior that was also trained at the same place. And Jack Black is great. He is. He's very entertaining. He's very amusing. And I think what gets slept on with Jack Black a lot is that because maybe, if you compare him to other comedians of today who are more out there and in your face, I get annoyed of those comedians or those types of, like, they're trying very hard to be funny. I think Jack Black is able to not, he's not yelling, he's not being annoying, he's not in your face, he's just casually being funny. He just has this natural charisma to him that I've noticed really throughout his entire career, but especially when he's just doing a voice, like in this film. I liked him a lot. Also, Dustin Hoffman plays like the sensei guy who is training him, and so I thought that was funny. Ian McShane plays the villain that I was talking about. He was like a tiger who was trained by Dustin Hoffman, but ended up going to the dark side and had to be locked up, but breaks out and is sort of coming after this artifact. And he was a badass, right? Ian McShane, just in general, his voice conveys that level of villainy that you probably want to get. Now, there is a set of characters called the Furious Five, which, first of all, that being their name is awesome. Here comes the Furious Five. Fantastic Four? No, this is the Furious Five. Like, I just like the way how that sounded. You have Angelina Jolie, who I was surprised that she was just kind of there. I mean, she had a couple of badass moments, but you're almost expecting, this is Angelina fucking Jolie. Like, she's probably going to come in, steal the show. Why isn't she the chosen one to be the badass, to be the defender? Any other movie, it probably would have been her. Lucy Liu plays like a snake or something. David Cross, he was another one that, like, I recognized his voice, and he was amusing, but I think I was expecting almost even more of him, more bits, more jokey type stuff. Speaking of that, Seth Rogen is just randomly one of the characters, and he too doesn't do a whole lot. Jackie Chan, just casually throwing out big names here to be there almost in the background. And I'm like, okay, like it's cool that they're there. It's cool that they got a paycheck. But wow, couldn't believe it. Speaking of that, Dan Fogler is there, and Michael Clark Duncan, who his voice instantly recognizable, instantly distinguished. I heard it, and it made me feel good. Not just because he was good in the role, but because I just missed hearing Michael Clark Duncan's voice in a movie. So that was great. Overall, I had fun with this film. I did. I'm not going to say it's my favorite animation movie of all time, or I even have it up there in the upper echelon of animation movies. Hell, even because of DreamWorks, is it better than Shrek? Probably not, but I still think it's enjoyable. I still think it's a good time to be had. So, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Kung Fu Panda. What do you think of it? Do you like it as well? Should I continue on and watch the sequels? Is it worth it? Is it a waste of time? Does it only go down from here? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.